Hey, it's Rocco Beck. I appreciate you joining me for another one of my classic videos. This was actually a request, and the request was, first it was about, well, how can I increase the amount of repetitions I can do with a pull-up? And then, how do I actually do a pull-up with the proper form? Which some people think, and in most things in life, I'm all about grip it and rip it. Just grip it and rip it.
Strip it and rip it. Strip it and rip it.
But when it comes to exercising and working out, that's kind of a mistake. There's nothing more important than your form and technique. Otherwise, you start using like secondary muscles to help you do the pull-up. You start activating your biceps more, and you start using your shoulders and other parts of your body that the pull-up wasn't designed to be used. They were used as stabilizing muscles and secondary muscles, but when you start using them in other ways as the primary muscle, they're not designed to handle all that. So you're going to end up with these freakish imbalances, walking around looking crazy and feeling crazy and just having all kind of injuries. So its form is really important. But there's another thing that's just as important as form. And most people think this is ridiculous, but you have to actually envision which muscles you are using. You have to engage and activate those muscles by focusing on those muscles to really feel those muscles as you're doing the movement. Now, that sounds crazy. I used to think that was crazy. And I'm one of those people, I need an analogy. I need to connect it to things in life that I understand. So here's what I understand. I think about the last time, or several times where I was, bumping uglies, and I was getting ready to uncork the champagne bottle, and I didn't want to yet. It wasn't time. Hold on, man. Hang in there. So how do I hang in there? Well, I do the opposite. The opposite of engaging and focusing on that muscle. I start thinking about bumping uglies with something or someone. I don't know about something. That sounds really creepy. But something or someone that I don't want to bump uglies with to help me hang in there just a little bit longer. I try to change my focus and start thinking of another topic. That's weird, but it helps me understand why it's so important to engage those muscles. You know what I'm talking about. So I'm going to show you all that, and then I'll show you a routine for pull-ups that I think really works well. Okay, so I'm in my workout zone. This is my garage. This is where I like to throw down. A lot of times I go to gyms, you're not allowed to do certain things, so I can do whatever I want in my garage. That's why I come here. So let's focus on the pull-up and the pull-up routine that I like to use. So first I'm going to show you the form, and I'm going to talk about your feet. And it also depends on where your pull-up bar is. If your pull-up bar is in a door frame and it's a smaller door frame, and you're taller, then your feet might get in the way and you're going to have to cross your feet, or you're going to have to hold your legs slightly out in front of you. That might not be the perfect type form for a pull-up, but that's what you got. That's what you're going to use. So I'm going to show that part, and I'm also going to talk about how you pull up, where you're going to pull up, and what you're going to do with your back muscles to activate them and actually engage those muscles and feel them and have them focused in your brain. So when you're pulling up, getting your chin over the bar, to me, that doesn't cut it. So when you grab that bar, I want you looking up at the ceiling. And when you pull, I want you to imagine pulling your chest to the bar. Now, I prefer going wide, but even if you're here, pulling your chest to the bar, you might not be able to get all the way up there, but that should be your goal, to get the chest to the bar and keep looking up. And then with your feet, I'll show you with my feet that I might cross them, but I also like to hold them in front of me. So I'll show you that type of form. All right, so I grab here. Now first I'm going to cross the legs behind me. Legs across behind me. I'm going to squeeze my shoulder blades together. So I'm going to retract the shoulder blades just like so. Activate them. Look up to the chest. Back down. Still looking up. Legs across. Back down. All right, that's one way with my legs. I'll cross them. The other way, I'll put them in front. So, and this will actually activate your core a little more if you put them in front. I'll hold here. Kind of the same thing. Legs across slightly in front. Pull those shoulder blades. And activate it by really squeezing it. That'll really help you get those lats activated. So let me show you a routine. All right, so depending on your max amount of pull-ups, let's say that you can do 6 to 8. That's your max amount. Then what I want you to do is try to cut that in half and make that your routine. So do sets of 3 and just 3 as an option and just wear yourself out. Sets of 3 until you can hit, I don't know, until you hit 100, 150, 200 pull-ups. I usually hit 150 to 200, and I do sets of anywhere from sets of 5 to 7. But I like to stick around the 5 range. I just feel like I do my pull-ups with the best amount of form. When I start going above that, when I'm actually doing a workout routine, I start to cheat a little bit and use secondary muscles, and I don't want to do that. So let's say you do sets of 3 and you just keep going, you keep banging them out, and you take a 30 to 60 second break in between each set and just keep rolling. Now, you take a day off. The next day you want to come in, maybe you want to do something a little different. Now you can do a pyramid where you do 1 pull-up, give it a 10-second break, 2 pull-ups, 10-second break, 3 pull-ups, 10-second break. Go right back to the 1, 2, 3, and just keep doing as many as you can. And when you need to take longer breaks, take longer breaks. Nothing wrong with doing the pyramid up to 3, giving yourself a minute break, and then doing the pyramid again, minute break, and just keep going that way. And then over time, you can build your way up. Now, once you get to the point where you can't do 3 anymore in your pyramid, then do 1 and 2, 1 and 2, 1 and 2. And when you get to the point where you can only do 1, you can't get that second pull-up, then I would go ahead and move into negatives where you use a chair or you jump up to the bar, and you just slowly let yourself down. So I'm going to show you a quick example of what that would look like. And I'll do the pyramid with 3. That's 1. I'm going to give it a 10-second rest. For the video, I won't give it 10 seconds, but normally I give it a 10-second rest. Come back, I'm going to get 2. Again, take your rest. You can always dynamically move your body around, keep the blood flowing, and get your 3. Now, at this point, you need a 45-second, 60-second break, take it. If you don't, give it 10 seconds, you go right back into doing 1. Now, when you go through that whole cycle, this is what I mean by negatives. I'm going to jump up, grab it, and just let myself down slowly. And just keep doing sets of those. Maybe do sets of 3 or sets of 5, depending on how you're feeling. So this is just good to continue to cycle that in. 2 more things that I'll say, and I'll let the video end because it's a little long. First, if I were you, I would find a way to try to add, if you can do at least 5 pull-ups, I would try to find a way to add a little bit of weight, maybe with a backpack, just to start off. And maybe you can only get 1 pull-up, but I'd still get that 1 or 2 pull-ups with heavier weight, give myself a nice break, and then go into the routine. I do that every time and slowly start adding more and more weight. And it'll help build your strength, and then your workout routine will help build your endurance and your stamina. And slowly but surely you will improve. The other thing I'll mention is a lot of people feel like the perfect pull-up includes a dead hang at the bottom. And I can understand why they're thinking that, because if you do a bench press and you let the bar sit on your chest and you push it from there, that movement from here to here is a little bit harder. That's a harder movement to get past, and then you have more strength there. It's the same thing with the pull-up. When you're hanging, it's harder to get activated, and then you get into it. However, the hang really isn't keeping your latissimus dorsi muscles under tension. So my opinion, when you're trying to build strength and build endurance, time under tension is more important than that hang. You can start that dead hang once you really start to build up your pull-ups. Maybe you get your pull-ups up to 10 or 12, and then you want to start to incorporate the dead hang. That's how I would do it. So basically, don't lock those elbows out. Keep tension on your back the whole time. Just like that. And You'll burn out faster, but you will really be engaging the muscles. Don't forget, think about the muscles. Bumping uglies. Think about it. Y'all have a great day. Leave some comments, please. Subscribe. Like me. Don't like me, but tell me. Later.